Oh, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh, sleepy. Sleepy, but ready for Korea. Anyone else? Ready for Korea? Got a sausage sandwich to finish as well. Hmm. Well, let me swap games to get predictions going. Hmm. There we go. I think I know which way this one's going to go. So it's going to finish second. Starting to look that way, isn't it? Well, if they can win both their last games, which in theory should be tap-ins with Esther, whereas Falcons' last game is against Falcons. So, yeah, I reckon you got a decent chance with that with that idea. More, um, morning Viper, morning 7M, morning GIF, morning GB, morning KLM. The implications. I mean, to be honest, the implications aren't actually that massive. Because the way Korea's divided is top four teams go to seeding, and once you get into the seeding tournament, you're guaranteed regional playoffs. You play like a round robin against each other to determine seeding. And then the fifth to eighth team, they go into last chance qualifier. So really the only big swing factor here is if like Wei maybe the most likely, if Wei can overtake T1. So the big game later in many ways is actually that Wei versus T1 game, because I think they're both up one game left. They're both on 4-3. T1 have a much better map differential, but obviously if they lose against Wei, they just lose on map score. So the Wei versus T1 game is like the big difference maker of who makes seeding, who doesn't. And because they play each other as well, and ZETA's got two easy games, ZETA, Falcons, Crazy Raccoon should all be safe. Crazy Raccoon and Falcons because they're already very high win records, and ZETA Division as well because they've got two easy games that should give them a pretty stacked win record in the end as well. The T1 versus Wei, which will be our last game of the day, and that one's got like pretty big implications. Likewise, Vesta Crew, they've got FTG and ZETA as their last two games, and if they don't get a win, they've got zero chance of making it even into the top 8. So their lives are on the line very much today and tomorrow, but also their lives are on the line, but they're kind of dead, you know. If they can, it's really hard to see them turning a 2-18 map score season and 0-6 into all of that. What's FTG's chances seeding? I think 0 actually, right? Because let's see FTG win their game against where are they here? Vesta today, which seems likely, right? They'll go to 4-4, but because T1 and Wei play each other, one of these teams is going to go 4-4 alongside FTG, but one of these teams is going to go 5-4 and just be out of reach of FTG. Likewise, ZETA Division just need to win one of their two games. ZETA Division just need to win one of their two games, and when you bear in mind ZETA's two games are against New Era and Vesta Crew obviously not winning a game all season so far, it's really impossible to see that ZETA Division don't at least make it to 5, right? Most likely 6. Morning, Andra. So I think ZETA. So really, from the gamer, they're gonna have to scrap it out in the last chance qualifier, right? Which is, I mean, it's still not impossible, right? You look at some of the teams they have to beat. Remember, last chance qualifier is this. Looking here right now, which is 5th and 6th get nicer one. Just have to win one game to qualify. If you're in the 7th and 8th, you have to really scrap it out, then go through the lower bracket, then qualify. So two teams still get out. So again, we look at the table when you're like, well, actually, even if from the game I have to go through that lower bracket, there's a reasonable chance they beat the loser of Wei in T1. And also, New Era and Poker Face, they have to be kind of favored as well, right? So I think it's not the worst situation. It's maybe, in many ways the expected situation. Yeah, so Wei versus T1 is the big one today. As has like the most implications for who qualifies where. But I think even if I look at whichever one of T1 and Wei lose and have to go to the last chance qualifier, I think their ability to finish, like if we take these three teams, you can do first test if you want, GB. I think the overlay will just fry basically. But I think map one just oh yeah, if map one is a wash. Yeah, map one just do it normal. If it's a wash, yeah. I mean, you can probably other stuff will still work. Like if you do full cap versus no full cap, right? There's like yes no versions. You can try just doing first F, and we'll see what the overlay overlay thinks. I mean, I presume it just will only display 2 of the 6 options or something. Worst case, I'll just flick it off for a second. Hmm. So as I was saying, even if even the loser of Y and T1, I look at these sort of 3 teams and I think I have to finish top 2. And, you know, in theory, New Era and Pokerface still have to be odds-on favourites to go out, right? Like, it's still scary because it's a single game, or, you know, double in bracket, so only a couple of games, elimination and all that. But I think our regional playoffs, I think, you know, if you look top 6 teams, I think actually these top 6 do seem pretty locked on for it as well, really. Morning, Shu. Ooh. Big one, though, is T1 getting over the line, especially because Wei beat Falcons. So there's always this question mark, you know, when there's an upset like this, how much is Wei's result over Falcons yesterday? Falcons underperforming versus Wei being actually good, right? Because if Wei are going to be actually good, this is maybe a scary situation for T1. Obviously, T1 did look very good against FTG as well, so maybe T1 are just strong enough now that it doesn't matter. But how good are Wei really? Looked like Wei did very well at the hazard matter at the start, and I thought they would kind of pitter out after that. But they actually seem to be going sort of from strength to strength in a lot of ways. I wish fall into these word traps all the time. All right, should we get Wait, not the British one. That one. Morning, Kuma. Oh. Die Hard. Where am I going? Soup. I never know how I find it every time. I just sort of stumble onto it. So I'm hoping just to stumble onto it again. Oh, there we go. Looks like I'm stumbling onto it. Just gone 8 a.m. Oh, I should knock backs up as well. Give him a cheeky knock in the morning. He sees locked in watching watching this game from Overwatch League. Cheers. Living in the past, that man. Ooh. It's midnight in Cali. Fuck. What was I doing? Chrome. Right. We are not locked in together. We'll still have a little bit until this game actually starts. There's always a decent preamble, plus walking everyone out, everything like that. Thanks, no idea. Get yourself some rest. I need to remember as well, like, first game, I think, first hour, needs to be a little bit quiet. Because my fiance's friends staying around, have a spare room that's, like, opposite this room. So I'm going to try and not take the piss volume-wise, because they're both a little bit... They had, if anyone was here yesterday, I was talking, they went to a wine tasting to order for the wedding. So it's fair to say, they drank a lot of wine at the wedding. Pretty hungover. Finished the stream last night. Is your fiance's boyfriend? No. It's a friend, well, not from work anymore, but a friend from an old job. It was I finished the stream, it must have been about, like, maybe 1, somewhere between 1 and 2. Good shout, Sarah Lee. Finished the stream between 1 and 2. I go downstairs, and normally at this point, obviously, like, the house is dead, fiance's in bed, blah, blah, blah. And they're both downstairs. They've got a bottle of wine. Apparently, they drank so much wine when they got there. They went for the wine tasting. They had like 6 bottles of wine ready to go for them. And then the guy was super nice, letting them try all these different wines. Let them take 2 bottles of wine home for free as well. So it's fair to say they got through a significant amount of wine. So it might be a bit of a slow start to the morning for them. So we'll try and not take the piss, you know? But to be honest, you know, ZETA versus New Era, in theory, should just be a pretty one-sided game. These jerseys new. Got little stars on them. Are these new? Or do I just have no functional memory anymore? These are quite nice, actually. I like the little stars, the little specks. New Era jerseys? Good. Alright. There he is, Dodo, the main man himself. Alright. Initial check, obviously, is Violet in on main support. Violet is in on main support, so good start. Good start. Pelican in over Alfie as well. Doesn't really always tell us what will actually happen in terms of the competitions they want to play, as Pelican and Alfie just hero pool overlaps a lot, and their usage so far in ZETA Division overlaps a lot as well. Other side of New Era, we got Dodo and Archie in. Ruler, Kivi's MTD. Again, I don't know. I mean, maybe this implies we're going to do some kind of like Kivi's and MTD in, some kind of like lean towards double flex support. But I'm not sure. Should I do charades? I feel like Overwatch is really hard to charade. I guess you just do the abilities, but yeah. Alright, pre-game interview.
2025 OWCS Korea Stage 1 안녕하세요. 아나운서 이시훈입니다. 네, 반갑습니다. 자, 오늘 대망의 첫 번째 경기.
Everyone looks pumped for the game, it seems. Overwhelming levels of pump right now.
네, 안녕하십니까. 제타 디비전의 코치 모비딕이라고 합니다.
네, 모비딕 코치님 반갑습니다. 자, 그렇다면 뉴에라 팀도 만나보겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 뉴에라 코치 레온입니다.
네, 레오나 코치님도 반갑습니다.
Alright, surely Moby's got this guy in the interview.
이번 스테이지 1 제타의 최종 순위에 대해서 정말 궁금해하십니다. 자, 1, 2주차까지는 6위를 달리다가 3주차에 귀신같이 3등으로 안착을 했는데요. 이 3의 굴레에서 과연 벗어날 수 있을 것인지 이 3의 프레임 어떻게 생각하시고 계신가요?
사실 저희 팀에서는 크게 생각 안 하고 있는 것 같습니다. 그냥 매 경기 최선을 다해서 임하자. 약간 그 마인드로 저희는 항상 준비하고 있는 것 같습니다.
Moby speaks with a certain authority, doesn't he? Don't know what he's saying, but he speaks with a certain authority now. Makes me listen.
어떤 노랫소리를 들었는데 어떤 제타 디비전의 선수가
Right now, it feels like Lisa Yoon is actually winning the interview because she's getting the most laughs.
그 펠리칸 선수하고 핀 선수입니다.
둘이서 막 포장마차라는 노래를 화음을 넣어가면서 부르더라고요. 나중에 좀 기대해 볼 수 있을까요?
언젠가 한번 추진하도록 해보겠습니다.
아, 추진해 보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 알겠습니다. 자, 그리고 뉴에라 팀
Yeah, I think Lisa Yoon's winning.
신고를 하면서 계속해서 성장하는
Can we add a third bar to the predictions that Lisa Yoon might win this first map?
앞으로 뉴에라가 더 성장하기 위해서는 오늘 제타 디비전과의 승리도 간절한데요.
That's a hell of a multitasking experience, Viper.
어떨까요?
I feel like something's got to give.
그 위에 있는 라쿤과 팔콘에게 약간 도전자 그런 이미지가 있는 걸로 아는데 저희 팀 내부적으로는 그 두 팀과 동등하거나 그 이상이라고 평가하고 되게 많이 배우고 있습니다.
오, 더 많이 배우고 있다라고도 이렇게 얘기를 해주셨어요. 자, 제타의 경우에는 이번 시드 결정전 순위권이 4위에 들어갈 확률이 다른 팀들에 비해서 굉장히 높은 편이지만 방심할 수 없거든요. 자, 경우의 수에 따라 2등부터 5등까지 존재해요. 이번 시즌 좀 막바지에도 불구하고 많은 경우의 수가 존재하는 만큼
I watched some OWCS Korea interviews which were translated into Chinese. Honestly, can say she asked some really nice questions. Asked about the band as well. Yeah, I don't know how much. I mean,
왜냐면 이제
A lot of the time I'm AFK for the interviews because I'm like grabbing a drink or something in between. But I feel like there's like a missed opportunity there, certainly on the like Western broadcast for like these ban questions, right? Because sometimes even when I'm looking at the bans, I reckon I know a thing or two about Overwatch. Well, at least 2 things I reckon. But sometimes I'm just like, why have they banned this? Am I missing something? But the chance to talk to the players, talk to the coaches, a great way to get insight into that.
해드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다.
좀 매콤할 것 같다.
네, 그렇습니다.
네, 이렇게
Yeah, it's a shame they don't have the
들어보겠습니다.
translations.
앞서 말씀드린 것처럼 오늘 양 팀의 승패에 따라서 제타가 시드 결정전 직행을 될 수도 있고 아니면 LCQ로 갈 수도 있고요.
Hi, do you know if anything was said about the fact that Perks might drop in the middle of Japan's playoffs? Why no one thought it would be good to schedule it a week later or something? I don't think they've commented on it officially, but I think the way, because it happened to us a lot, or it happened last year in OWCS as well, where basically OWCS just has to cop it every time. Like Blizzard is going to release on their own schedule, and OWCS is just going to work around that. And I don't know, from like an Overwatch esports point of view, do Overwatch esports really get those patch days or those like major change days far enough in advance to actually schedule the matches around it? I would guess probably not, to give Overwatch esports the benefit of the doubt there. But I think at this point in our Overwatch's life cycle, it's like live game first by a large margin, and we just have to deal with it. So yeah, it sucks for the players. I mean, it sucks enough for the Western players who have to deal with it on the weekend. Sucks even more by another couple of factors for the Pacific teams who only get like a day, and even more again for the Japanese teams who have to wake up. They're literally gonna imagine they're gonna wake up and the game's it's a different game, and you've got a match, and it's gonna be like a super important week for Japan as well, right? Like where are they in their playoffs? Like, good morning, super important qualification game. By the way, everything's different. Oh wait, no, they only play on Feb 17th. Oh okay, maybe they get away with it then. Maybe Japan are okay. You can't see that completely because like my camera's blocking it. Go to the main page. Oh, do they have games afterwards as well? Oh, no way it starts in playoffs. Ah, piss off. Yeah, it's literally the start of playoffs. It's the start of playoffs. Yeah, it's literally the first, and it's single limb. It's single limb. Like, it does feel a little bit like a piss take here. Singular limb, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, I presumed it was just when I originally thought. Oh, thank you, Viper. Thank you very much. Welcome as well. XWL6R. But do they not also play on the 19th? Wait, how does the time zone work? Yeah, because it'll be... Oh, okay, so this will be pre-perk actually, right? Oh, but oh my god, it's actually worse, right? So these 2 games are 18th. So these are pre-perk. And these 2 games are 19th, which are post-perk. So depending on what side of a bracket, I mean, unfortunately, I need a better analogy because it's just a PP versus PP situation. But depending on what side of a bracket you get, determines whether you have to play your first game on perks or not. Which, yeah, I mean, it feels like, sort of knew they weren't paying any mind to the OWCS schedule with this. But this just seemed like we're really like pushing the extremity of taking the piss here with patch timings and all of this, for sure. So yeah, I'd be upset if I was with Japanese teams. For ones who are affected, I think it's like super reasonable to be annoyed. I don't think you can do anything about it. All right, so it looks like are we starting with a math problem here? Tueta, Zafrita, Z4. No 8. Alright, can anyone solve for... Can anyone solve this? 2 8 are on top. Have pro players had access to perks at all? No. Only the You know that list of co-streamers they invited out to LA to play? As far as I know, they're the only non-developer people who've had any access to perks. All the players are just getting it live on Tuesday with everyone else. So everyone's going to be very much into the deep end.
아, 그죠. 이제 점점 더 스토리 라인이 쌓이고 있는 거라서 더 그런 거고요.
그렇습니다.
네.
자, 그리고 그 스토리 좀 긍정적으로 만들기 위한 양팀의 벤이 나오고 있는데요.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Neko, because again, I think, like, to give Overwatch Esports and even WG as well the benefit of the doubt, if they were told this was the case, if they were told, by the way, there's going to be a crazy huge patch on this day, they might have scheduled everything a little bit differently, right? Or just put a week break in the middle or something. Like, there's enough space in the schedule. You could have just delayed for playoffs a week, I think. I think it would have been really no effect on the overall schedule or like the Asia playoffs or anything like that. You could have moved everything around, I think. So the presumption is, I mean, it could go either way, right? But I would presume, if I had to guess, that they weren't told and they just had to cop it, basically, rather than anything else. All right, are we going in? I hear the music. Alright. Will I coach with Japan playoffs? Probably not. No, I've got some other stuff planned in the week there, so probably scheduling's hard. I mean, I might give it a little peek. Maybe I'll watch some of it back just because it'll be the first perk stuff, but yeah.
Perk mentioned.
Perk mentioned. Hey, Max, I was hoping to actually... Can I bend your ear on this for a second? What do you make of all this new perk stuff?
Perks.
Oh, yeah, I'm same page actually.
You're on the same page? I'm glad
Yeah.
we're on the same page about this. I think we're in sync because this website just works, right? So you'd be at 18, 17,
Yeah, it just works.
15. It just
Welcome to
works.
the utopia.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Korea, but I actually found out, I mean, someone was telling me that in Korea, people just give you money if you ask. And I actually proved that this isn't only a Korean phenomenon because I just asked for my chat to give me money after that, and apparently the West is the best because people instantly gave me money.
Oh, I've heard the West is the best. Alright, Zarya into the Orisa here. A classic counter comp coming out from New Era. They've got the Sim Beam, the Zarya Beam that goes through it, and they just sort of run into a stray Juno on the coast, and they'll clean that one up, then they can run over Ruler as well. So, bit of a weird setup there for New Era. I don't know how why Kibby's was caught so far forward, but after that, it's just going to fall apart. It's going to be a Sigma swap for Ruler.
Alright, did I unmute? Did it work? It worked. We're back. New Era, they have lost that first fight. Whatever analysis you provided, it was lost in a sea of Quantum Fire priming up to me and me deafening to thank them for it. Thanks for the money, Quantum Fire. They those bucks. That's still money to me. At the end of the day, it probably winds up being about $2 before tax. Thanks for the free money. Anyway. ZETA Division back at the point, very bunkered up comp, but it's a hard comp to push into. Torbsin, very spammy. Orisa to complement that as well. Very, very difficult indeed. New Era, they've got Ruler on a very poke-heavy approach now, but I feel as if Dodo's hero pick is a little bit of a swing and a miss in terms of everyone else is poking hard. Dodo, he needs to go in and go for executes, but it's going to be really hard for people to follow up unless he's actually killing low HP targets. Ruler's stepping up to the plate right now on the point. He actually digs onto Flora. He's looking to boop somebody now. Nade in main is absolutely massive, but there's not enough to secure a kill. Nano Boost comes out onto Ruler though in ZETA Division. Their Ray turn has kind of been cooked here. Flora gets booped off his TP. Insane venture play from Dodo actually. Very, very patient. Taking down the skipper. Bernard falls as well. A New Era, they've clutched out this exchange.
Looking to clean up these kills on the coast now, and a good retake for New Era, winning that big ult fight. Seems like they had a clear plan for everything, right? You can see Dodo not overstepping, knowing this ult trade would go through. Waits for the opportunity to come his way. Gets those kills. Have to concede 78% for it, of course, but New Era now in control of point, and Dodo set up on the high ground here, looking for, again, an assassination on the way through. Remember, ZETA Division, they have TPs available, so they might even just try and flip quickly to point here. Oh, it's a fake, it's a beat push coming through main. Symbol to follow it up. Flux comes out, but it's a miss from Ruler. Now he's in an emergency situation. Double beam coming through. Terror Surge. Oh, it's so much damage from Bernard. It's free for him. And the fake TP catches him out. An aggressive beat push from Violet. And New Era. The Flux should have been a good answer. The Flux with a raid, chance to stabilize, but it doesn't work out for them at all. They're not ready for it. The Flux isn't hit. All falls apart for New Era.
Painkiller OW with his astute player vision, he spotted that they were actually speared out of that flux. New Era, they've flipped over to the point and they will flip the cap, but it's already 94%, and MCD has died in main. Kivas is also not on the objective. Dodo has to pop the Tectonic Shock just to buy time, but it's not just buying time, he's killed Finn and Flora. In a 3 versus 5, Dodo delivers. The Tectonic Shock actually will expire. Pelican will come back into the mix and take him down. Point has gone back the way of Zeta Division in the chaos, but New Era, they've come out on top of this one. Again, Pelican throws up the shield, gets rocked out by Ruler. Ruler, next time you have a Gravitic Flush, Flux. Let's try and not get speared out of this one. You can tell I've been talking for 9 hours.
It's alright, you've been up all day, I've been asleep 4 hours. It's gonna be a recipe for success, I think. Now retake coming right now. Diva swap is in play for Bernard right here. Ray available for Finn here. Archie has for Simwall, which can mitigate that a little bit. Nano available for MCD as well. Might be a defensive one just onto Ruler here. Simwall comes to block him out. He needs for Nano. Where's the Nano MCD? Kivas is good for 2 with the trade though. It's not over yet. Counter Ray still doing damage, but Pelican can't find any kills with that. The Simwall doing huge work and Pelican gets caught. Now Archie full beam onto Nestiva. Bernara's going to try and TP away, but he loses his mech as well. Nano was thrown in during all of that as well, and really well managed fight by New Era.
MCD with his best Twilight impression, a little bit of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, not to insinuate that there's any link between MCD and China, mind you. A little bit of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon action from MCD there as he hides in the corner, hits a 4-man anti inside Zeta Division's Rave Turn. Another nade splashes, it catches Violet and the Skipper. The Skipper's in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like Dodo can't secure the kill. And New Era, they really need to play slow for these ults. They're so close to Ray, so close to the Flux, but really, they need to keep touching. Ruler's in trouble. Beat comes out from Violet, and there's just too many ults to deal with. New Era, they were so close to success, but they can't get it done.
So upsetting there for New Era. If they got to that Flux, they got to that Ray, all of a sudden that fight looks completely different, but just a few percent short. And ZETA get the first round here, but this is maybe way closer than we've expected. We've seen New Era throughout OWCS Korea do a pretty good job of punching up to the big teams, taking maps here and there, and it seems like they're giving Zeta Division a pretty good run for it early on here.
I mean, it was so close to odds for New Era, but they just didn't have the chance to play slow. They'd already whittled down a bunch of overtime. They couldn't keep on conceding the cap. Incredibly close. Maybe MCD's nades. I mean, he was doing a whole water to wine thing. If Dodo could have found a kill in that final nade, yeah, bread to fish, as Sean pulled me up on again. Yeah, I want to see if Dodo could have found a kill on that final nade, landing on Flora Violet. Could have been massive, but I mean, honestly, enough clutches from Dodo. I'm not going to be critical here. Ruler 1 Flux all around and you fucking got speared out of it. You're a bum. Anyhow, Zarya for Ruler, off rip, Orisa for Bernard. Difficult matchup, but not impossible. There is a chance for the Zarya to get talked and really apply some pressure to Bernard here. Force out the spin, or counter out the spin, force out the fortify early. Bubble comes out into Dodo. He aggresses, but Archie appears to have been caught with his pants down. Goes down early on in the piece. MCD's nade does nothing at all, and Dodo is now in the back being beamed by the skip. So that's a 2-player advantage for Zeta Division and an easy first fight cap.
Yeah, Zarya is quite good in this matchup into the Orisa, but it takes a while for Zarya to get going in terms of farming her energy. So you see Zeta Division, they take control of that entire map, and then once Zeta Division have control of that map, Bernard will keep marking the bridge and make him focus. If there's a sim TP, a venture diving in behind, they can go mark that. So it ends up being very easy cleared up from Zeta Division once they have control of the map. Now it's going to be a retake from White. This might now be a little bit easier for New Era to play the fight slower, get Ruler kind of fully talked before they go in, and then take the neutral from there. But they've got to be careful because Finn's already 70% in this Ray.
Yeah, and honestly, the first tempo Ray for Zeta Division, that's really bad news for New Era. Unless MCD can once again turn bread to fish with another net. Violet!
Oh my god!
Take the piss! Take the piss! Unbelievable! Shoot this man in the head, kill this man with hammers. I can't take it anymore. It's actually outrageous. Orbital Ray comes in from Finn. New Era on the run. New Era, because they don't have a support alternative to match, it doesn't matter that they don't have a Violet. No flip conceded. New Era have successfully kited this one out. Finn's been naded by MCD. 1-for-1 trades, but this is a good trade for New Era, and now they've got bodies on the points. They've got ults to keep this going. Violet already has a beat somehow. He will pop that beat. Everybody receives it as well. Grab is massive, though. Wait, is the grab massive? Yeah, everyone's dead. Bernard trades, but it's not enough. The Nano Zarya, that is going to be a final flip for New Era. Double DPS ultimate for the next fight versus Simwall, or double DPS ult for both teams. Outrageous, though. Please kill Violet. Please.
You say like, oh, how does he already have beat? I'm pretty sure he had beat when he took that TP. So for some reason decides the best thing to do with this beat is take a little cheeky TP into the middle of 5 people, see if I can get something going. Didn't get a lot going, just got a quick execution. Now it's going to be a symbol and tectonic shock trade. These might support each other, but another massive nade from MCD. At it again, but ZETA Division, they've stabilized off the back of that. Tectonic shock inside though, they're all trapped in the room. So much damage for Dodo right now, even got a kill. Looking for more in all of this. Boops them out. They're trying to stabilize his ZETA Division, but Bernard is pushed off the edge. Good fight for New Era.
I'm loving these comps right now. The Sim Venture just running amok. Everybody, constant accidental deaths. And MCD, genuinely hard carrying here on the Ana. So many purples. Dodo set up for another catch, but Ruler somehow finds a cross map on Violet. It might have been a nade setup from MCD. Not sure how that kill transpired. It could have had something to do with Dodo hiding as well, to be perfectly honest. Dodo pops out over on the flank. Really, we've got ZETA Division still trying to pressure the cap here, but another nade from MCD. HunterBot23, welcome back to the Parasocial Friends Club. Thanks for the prime.
They're going to dive in right now. Dodo forced underground, looking to regroup on the point with their team right now. Symbol available for Archie. Pelicans going to drop this tectonic shock as they walk forward. Symbols will be exchanged. Ruler nearly has this grab. Chance to hit this grab. Finn has the Ray to keep going if they need it. But right now, New Era seems to have disengaged it pretty well. It's going to be massive after this one. Goes for it, gets both backlines in there. Ray does nothing to help them live because it moves away from you and the grab fixes you in place. And this is going to be New Era cleaning this one up and put themselves in pole position for this first map. Or first.
Mate, what's going on in OWCS Korea? All of these teams that are supposed to be like mega overwhelming favorites just playing outrageously close with like 3-3, 1-5 teams.
Yeah, 1-5.
Get out. Ruler takes down Flora. There's an orbital ray on the objective. Pelican needs to touch. He times his blinks perfectly to take no damage from Dodo. One player advantage right now for New Era. Violet has another beat. MCD has the nano. Violet, he gets the beat off. The nano boost lands onto Dodo. It's actually a hard buckle right now from New Era. A typical Chris Theory moment, actually, as they've just pissed it away. They've even conceded the cap here in the scrap. It's actually still incredibly winnable for them. Tracer no recall in main. Ruler has gone down, but really this is just a classic Chris Theory situation, and I'm not talking about how to lose 2 team peps. Oh, what an insane buckle from New Era. Jesus Christ.
Just kind of folded over to nothing, and Dodo's even going to die late here as well, just to compound for problems. They're coming back fight now. Ruler actually has another grab nearly available in all of this, so it could still swing the tides in their favor. Finn getting close to that next ray. Dodo going over to Tracer to help with the touch here, because New Era, they need to try and drag this fight out until they can get that grab.
Oh, I'm genuinely upset at the result here. Dodo's gone for the touch. He's had his recall forced. Pelican is camping his recall. Violet and Pelly take down Dodo pre-fight. And I mean, pack it up. You know they're not coming back from this one. Ruler, 90% on that grab. But already Finn's got the Ray. The Ray is going to be popped on point. And Ruler, they're not even going to go for Ruler. They're actually going to go for the backline. Ray, very smart. Back to the objective, which means that they can actually not concede the cap. Ruler finds a kill on Flora. Hits the grab, actually. Kivas will be taken out. Ruler takes down Finn as well. Archie pops the symbol. Potentially chance for a clutch here if Dodo's already used his recall. TP play is good from Archie though. He's playing right well. Dodo finds a kill on Violet. Burner is out of suit.
No
Dodo
recall.
just needs to keep stalling. MCD, the Museo is back. Just keep stalling. Kills Burner. Ruler's back on Doofus as well. He's not on the point yet. He is on the point yet.
No recall.
No, it's not enough.
Oh yeah, SMTP back from Flora. Gets it out. Symbol out.
Not enough touch. Oh.
And unbelievably, it might not have felt like it, but that was a 2-0 for ZETA Division on that first map.
Oh, it's a Chris Theory. Now they're going to get stomped for 2 maps.
I mean, when he's right, he's right. Unfortunately, sometimes he's wrong when they play the French as well, but when he's right, he's right.
Sometimes you play versus FD God, you ban Lucio 0 times in 5 maps. You go to Numbani for map 5, you leave Hazard open, you get spawn camped by Hazard for 3 minutes, and then you decide not to ult so that you can get put back into a spawn camp position. Even though you're on second point, you have to play the entirety of a second point attack on first point. That was a really bad one. I watched that back. You also see Soon get subbed in on map 4, and you choose not to target ban his Tracer, which proceeds to lose you the series as he steals cart on 2 separate occasions. And even though he has a 10-7 KD by the end of the series, he actually carried the game just by being on Tracer and stealing cart twice. So cheers to that.
Well, I think when I looked at, the like scoreboard after that as well, I was like, actually, if you just showed me this scoreboard, it looks like TU1. because it was like TU probably won more fights, but they were all scrappy fights. Where one, they couldn't push major meters. Not only could they not push major meters, they also actually lost time because the cart was stolen for them so often as well. So it was like, even though they're doing slightly better in the actual Overwatch, like head-to-head matchup, they're just losing the game over time.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, genuinely, I do feel like it's a little crazy to see Soon get subbed into the roster, who just has the most exploitable hero pool of all time because he can literally play one hero half competently, and then you ban Naga instead.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably just going to go Torb instead anyway, right? But,
so what, bro? Like,
yeah.
It's like, the only reason they they won is because when he was on Tracer, he carried the game. Yeah, like...
Well, you can see as well, even when he
like
went
the Malcolm ban
Torb...
does nothing, too.
Yeah. You're right in terms
Like
of,
a
like,
tank
it's like...
protect?
Yeah. But then what would they have... I can't remember what the order was then. Because was Ram still open to be banned back?
I don't know, it's sort of just
I
like,
guess.
are you worried about that? They were just playing like off-tank v off-tank. Like, the tank ban is so
It'd just be like
irrelevant. They have identical
or
hero
something
pools.
instead, yeah.
But genuinely, it's like, you verse a team like that, and it's like, you could ban for FD God to put him on something that he's shit at. You could ban for Soon to put him on something that he's shit at. Or you could just have an off-tank v off-tank matchup where all you do is ban tanks for the whole series, when you're both trying to play the same thing.
Yeah.
Onto blink twice if you're being held hostage.
It's probably just like a not think of it in the moment thing, right? Because you don't expect Soon to play at all.
I mean,
and then you're just doing like you're doing whatever your original plan was for Colosseum.
I mean,
anyway.
to his credit, like when we played against, I think it was Avidity. I think it's Avidity. It might be Amplify. When we played against one of Avidity or Amplify, they subbed in Solo Zen for Crazy. That's Amplify. They subbed in Solo Zen over Crazy Cat, and I didn't even know that they had someone in there. I didn't even know they had another flex support.
Yeah, so
to be honest, they subbed out Ewan for Solo Zen, and I was like, what the fuck? This team.
It's their double flex lineup.
Yeah, and I didn't even ban for it too. I still just banned for what we were doing, which is probably what Chris is doing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I reckon that Colosseum ban is their default ban, if you know what I mean. And then they've got. Like, it's told Soon as in, they've got 30 seconds, and it's like, do you change your entire plan to try and target ban one hero, or like, you know, because
I still think it's kind of outrageous that they banned 4 tanks and it didn't even work for them. Like the ban for map 5 was shit, you know, like it was definitely shit.
Yeah, I think as well, it's the same thing as we said. Do you remember when was it week 1 where Team Liquid lost to Timeless, and it was like. Some of the individual bans you can maybe like excuse, but the fact that there's been no version of like just take us off the hazard mirror with one set of bans feels like it has to be. There has to be room somewhere, right? Wherever you want to put it, there's room somewhere for it.
Yeah, and then watching back that series too,
they just played bad as well.
Sky and KSA had genuinely like atrocious matches. Like KSA is just running it down, like actually taking so much damage all the time, over pushing so much, and then Sky is just dead like every fight, like actually every fight.
Huge disconnect, like so many times, because I think it happened multiple. It was like on Colosseo especially. It felt like it was KSA more often than not, and then
just running it.
Yeah, just like you just look at it, and I was like, I imagine now if I hit the pause button and we go to smash view. You can just tell the fight's fucked before we start, right? Because our RAM is like 200 fucking meters. I mean, that's hyperbole, but you know, like massively far forward compared to everyone else,
where
right?
is our RAM? Massive? So where is our RAM? And then you look at the angle of your Torb and your Juno and your Lucio, and it's like, holy shit. I do think like one thing that, you know, is like a little bit underrated is like one thing is that like Kevster always wants to play like really fast and really aggressive, and like it doesn't really work with the comps they were playing, you know, like playing that style in a hazard mirror just doesn't work, you know, you need to be more patient, you know. I remember like the very first day that we played hazard mirror when Lenny came back, and he'd never versed a hazard before. He comes in, he goes to all the good side space, he dashes in and dies, he dashes in and dies, he dashes in and dies, because normally you could get away with that, right? Normally you could play like that, you could take a good space, and then you could immediately take advantage of it, and that was how it worked, right? But like versus hazard, there's more steps steps. It has to be slower because you do that and then Hazard kills you. Like it's that simple. And Kev, he's good enough at it that he doesn't even die, but it forces your team to play in a way that really doesn't work, especially when you have Torb and you're trying to play slow.
I think in the same way, to be fair, it wasn't too bad until like Numbani felt particularly egregious for it, but in the same way we felt like KSA and the rest of the team were disconnected positionally, it felt like as we got to Numbani, Kev and Faith just started to like disconnect in terms of how Kev wants to play the matchups, where Faith can really commit to, and it was like, again, it looks like Kev is trying to play one version of the game or one situation, and it's either no one telling Kev it's fucking impossible, or Kev's, you know what I mean, there's like somebody's wrong on one of these sides, there's some kind of breakdown
like
there.
Kev kept like pushing the Torb side on Numbani when there was like a Sojourn walking into his team, you know? It's like there's a Sojourn that he could be marking, and he kept like going and fighting over the fucking fighting where the Torb was pushing side. It's like your Ram can go and block that side, and Kev can go and fight the Sojourn, but it was like all backwards. But I just think that whole thing was atrocious in the sense that it's like.
But you know what's weird, though,
they're
right?
on Numbani, best Hazard map in the hybrid pool, and they're not playing Hazard. Like what?
But also, you know, like we talk about like some of these problems. I feel like on Suravasa, didn't Sky die every fight as well? Like, Ice just killed him in every single fight, but they still just dominated that map, right? So I think there's still like a fall-off, even mitigating some of these problems,
I mean,
you know? Like, it's just
no,
like...
because like it wasn't just a draft problem. Like they're just bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like, maps 1 and 2, every fight Sky's dead, bro. Like genuinely, they're only winning because Kev is killing everyone every single fight. Like it's insane how much Kev is doing. Like they should have lost the Samoa, the Kev 1v3.
Yeah.
Kev 1v3. He gets one before the fight, and then in a 1v3 situation, he kills the Lucio as well, plays life, and they get a retake for it. My second monitor just went offline. I can't read my chat anymore.
Alright, there's going to be a Zeta Vision with the Zario ban, New Era with the Kiriko ban. So New Era are going to try and get away with a very slow comp here, a greedier backline. And Zeta Vision, they're running the Junker Queen Venture Sim into this, so they're trying to play as fast as they possibly can. And right now they have both DPS on high ground behind New Era, but New Era have flipped the map. Trying to keep distance here for New Era. They want their Anazen safe, long sight lines and all that. But they need to be careful they don't lose control of the payload during all of this. But in theory, Discord, everything else should be able to pull it off. But the Sim TP Flora, the Skippy gets the off angle, and they pull apart the front line right now, and the cart is moving away from them. Archie is stuck behind, low HP. Bin will deal with that one. Just about, but Kivi's an MCD. Oh my god, he's naded, he's really low, looking for it, they're gonna kill him. Kivi's an MCD, they're behind enemy lines right now. There's 2 Ryans to save right now, but they're gonna hit the sleep. Oh, Finn comes in for the kill as well. They're not quite out of it yet, MCD gets another one. Now Pelican's still chasing, they eventually kill this backline, but causing all sorts of problems for Zeta here.
MCD genuinely doing so much work on this map after map. I mean, like on the Koth, it was outrageous how much he was doing in every single fight. Big purples here again, pocketing Kivas through everything, hits the sleeps, hits the nades. Genuinely massive value. We've got, I mean, a little bit of a struggle here though, because ZETA is massive, exactly right. This guy's in his 30s and he's saying it now too. I wonder if he, what's massive, Xavier? Tell me, what's still massive?
Something low taper fade, Mango.
He gets it.
Am I passing?
Mango's got, you know, it's like a hybrid between 2 things, but you pass. Anyway, Bernard manages to take down Archie early on in the raid, and Nana just came out onto Ruler, and now there is a Gravitic Flux potentially available. Jamo, Wimp, thank you very much for the tier 1. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Trank comes out from Kivas and the Flux onto Burner, so they do not want this guy doing shit to them. Instant pushback for New Era. It's a 4 versus 4, but I want to say that the spawn being so much closer for New Era means that there should be a 5v4 situation at some point. Maybe I just can't count and half of them already died. I think it's a counting issue, to be honest. Got to be mindful of Pelican though. He's in the back, slowly regening his health, ready to give New Era's backline a bit of trouble.
Eyes in the backline right now, they're looking for it. Sleep is going to go wide and Pelican will go underground. New Era going to try and slow it down while they deal with Pelican right now. The Unburrow will come in. Where is Pelican going? Surely they can kill him in this situation. Nade now, trying to turn it. MCD has to be careful. There we go. Dodo comes to interrupt. Violet has dived in and actually gets a trade out of this situation right now, but MCD with the repeat. Trade right back, player advantage for New Era despite that Symbol coming out from Flora. Symbol not really allowing them to help that side fight. Now a TP in and a nade onto Flora is going to force him to TP back right now. And then to actually kill him as well. And now again, you see both of these not scared of this Junker Queen at all. Sleep, Discord, nade. And MCD and Kivers are really being a big difference maker for the team here.
I'm not gonna lie, MCD's kind of convincing me that he's one of the best AMs in the world. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. He's actually playing so ridiculously well. Like, even the way that he was dueling the Venture there, like, so disciplined. Really, he chases him for exactly as long as he can, and then he just backs up and lets someone else do it. The second he's playing it so well. Kivers takes down Violet, and Violet had to beat. Burner manages to kill Ruler with his ultimate, but it's still a 3 versus 3 situation. MCD's gone down with the nano boost though. Flora must have dived deep, come all over the place from Dodo, making a mess of that sticky floor. But now ZETA Division, I mean, their spawn is so much closer. They're back with the beat. The beat comes in. Kivers pops the trank. This is good for New Era. MCD's going to be back soon enough. They've all TP'd
out.
Love it.
Actually so clean with it.
Yeah, very clean. And now there's going to be a counter nano available. Burner's made the swap over to the Diva. Orbital Ray, where consistently these Rays have actually been countered out by MCD's mains. Ruler with the Gravitic Flux as well. Good chance that he can pick somebody up. He gets pushed inside, but no! That's not a nano angle for Ruler inside there. He needed to kite outside, not in. He popped the Flux as well. That's a Flux Jax. And now, New Era, they're just going to have to eco this one. They've given up so much space. Can't push, and Ruler is just tossed. 0 for 2 with the ults.
Really disappointing for New Era because that was a lot of really back and forth fights. Good tries to keep themselves in it. They had a reasonable ult situation, but couldn't make it work. Now Kivers is going to go onto the Brig right now, which in theory does give them better matchup into the Diva, more survivability. But I feel like there was just a certain amount of aura really with that Ana Zen combo. We're getting through a lot of work. Ruler is going to be on back with Diva right now, but he's just he's in the car wash. He's getting fried from all angles, and this touch is going to go nowhere fast. Checkpoint for ZETA Division. DPS ults to keep going now from this next push. And all of a sudden, a very even opening 4 minutes or so is snowballing massively in ZETA's favor.
Yeah, Will's playing like he doesn't want it. He's playing like he wants to go home early. After that map 1 egregious loss, he thought, fuck it. You know what? You guys can have it. So now MCD still have this nano boost for a couple of turns now. Pelican pushes up on the high ground with the Tectonic Shock. Gonna catch Archie just, you know, by virtue of the chaos rather than with the damage. ZETA Division, I mean, they just keep on pushing. Pelican is going deep. New Era on the kite. Kivers bashing back into walls. Already 65% of the way to that rally, actually. Quite good. It's 61%. I thought his spire was off. I thought he was going to keep getting it. It's going to be fine, but no. Ruler receives the nano boost finally. Slow cooked, falling off the bone situation. The Flora, the skipper, he answers back with the symbol. Another symbol comes online though as Archie has it. That means both sims are going to be fully torqued when they finally do close the gap. Ruler shifts in deep. Keep your eyes on Ruler here because he might be in a little bit of trouble. Actually, the whole enemy team is just going to push past him. Beat push comes out. Burner's in the back line. Flora's in the back line. Pelly's in the back line. And New Era are done.
Yeah, absolutely cooked. Just a breaking point there. They kited the beat as much as they could, but ZETA Division, they just kept pushing forward. They know New Era low on cooldowns, low on Matrix. Something would break if they kept going. Kivers now has the rally ready to go, but Dodo's going to have to get a desperate touch in all of this by so much time. Bash, nade, out of spawn. They get the kill from Pelican. Can they get the touch? They use the bash, so no bash to get onto point there from Kivers. And a full cap on Colosseo.
I speak for Hydron. Why is there a line of 3 inches from New Era's tank? I was measuring up before the match, that's all. Yeah, no, it's a rough one. So, shades of brilliance from New Era, genuinely. MCD putting on a superstar performance for, you know, maybe the first 3 or 4 minutes of the match. And the entirety of Lijiang. But it's a Crystal Theory moment. Now they've been absolutely stomped. I mean, it's looking like a quick one, in all honesty. I'm a results head because I want to go to bed, but I also want really long, slow series so that just so that I have an excuse to keep running the ads. Just keep running ads. Take your time, guys. Take your time.
It's alright. It's we're in Korea, so there's going to be substantial breaks between each map as well. Players heading off stage right now for ZETA Division as well. Give themselves a little rest, little recuperation. But generally, historically, the way these series go, once they start going this way, it really just snowballs into the favorite team's favor even harder. Which is a shame, because honestly, like the Ana Zen look, the Ana on Lijiang Tower, lots of really nice things. And I think, yeah, maybe you're right. It's just all centered around MCD's play as well.
Yeah, MCD, I mean, he's putting on a show. What are your thoughts on Grilled? Nothing but love for underpaying children, Renault. Nothing but love for underpaying children. What else do we have? What's your boost juice order? I don't have one. Oh, I feel like I could do this for water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What game's after this? I think it's... I want to say Vesta Crew versus FTG game next. Is that the order of the day?
The
Yeah.
final one is yeah.
The Way
T1
versus T1 one is
Way
actually
at the end.
that's
the
super
last game,
important. Yeah, because it's basically winner goes into seeding, loser goes into last chance qualifier.
right? What did I just receive? I got 5 biddies from Viper Zombie Lord. Can you make fairy bread and eat it for me whilst doing a shoey? That's very Australia core. I'm also not a child, nor particularly a bogan, so I don't want to drink alcohol out of a shoe. And I don't eat fairy bread because I'm not a kid.
What's fairy bread? Just like sweet bread?
It's like bread with, do you know what hundreds and thousands are?
Yeah, like the sprinkles.
Yeah, it's bread with butter. And
Oh, okay.
It's actually delicious. It's amazing, like shitty white bread with butter and that on it. It's fucking amazing.
Is Falcons
So good, actually?
Is Falcons cooked or is Peppy the goat? To be fair, I think Falcons have actually been slow cooking themselves all stage 1 long. They just keep getting away with it, and eventually they stopped getting away with it. So I feel like they've looked a little bit ropey all of stage 1. I mean, they still finished what 6-1 in the end. Maybe it'll be 5-1, maybe 5-2 after they play Crazy Raccoon tomorrow. But I think like they're good for it. Like Peppy's a good player.
I mean, Peppy is, it's like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, right? Like,
Yeah.
Peppy actually puts in the work.
Like, because bear in mind as well, like, Falcons have looked a bit dodgy all stage 1 long. And what they have continued to do is actually still win. But this time, they couldn't, right? They couldn't close the gap, or they couldn't get away with it in the clutch.
Is that Akban? What's your boba order? Just pearl milk tea with half sugar and half ice. Here wanted to feel something, and so did Fielder. They wanted to feel rage. They wanted to blame their tank again, so they got stuck with Harmon only for a stage. And Harmon's like so on the way out now, holy shit. Holy shit, twice in one day, Spooky? You're on a roll. Hi. Did Cal get his account back yet?
What happened to Cal's account?
He came into my chat and told me that he'd kill me in real life, and they perma-banned his Twitch account automatically. People kept posting the emote of his face, and he said, "I'll kill you in real life," and then his account got auto-perma-banned.
A classic mistake where if you just say in-game, would have been okay. Oh well.
Get a massive Cal because now Cal is genuinely gonna have to. He's actually gonna have to message Ninja. He's gonna have to message Ninja about this to get in touch with Twitch to get his account back.
Is that the go-to guy to get yourself unbanned?
Because Cal's been playing Marvel Rivals with Ninja.
Oh, has
That's
he?
the thing, like,
Oh my god, he actually has the hookup. Oh, he's fine then. I wouldn't even worry about it. Ninja will just, he'll put the number into his phone, he'll give him a little call at Twitch, and he'll say, "Look, there's been a misunderstanding."
Alright, I speak for Hydron. Let's see how long your account lasts, brother. I added that as a permitted term, so go nuts.
When he said, "I'll kill you in real life," he actually meant in Rocket League. It was a classic, it was an acronym mix-up.
I would actually fuck you up in Rocket League. Good band from ZETA Division as well. New Era have Protect Band Diva, I want to say. Look at the faces. Look at the face on Kivus right now as he's realized that MCD can't play Honor. Thank you for farming me until 1 of 5. Thank you for being farmed, Pata 1. ZETA band MCD's pick? Fuck. That's actually a good band. Extremely uncharacteristic of Penguin.
MCD's gonna have to go a little bit deeper now into the hero pool. They've left Kivi's in though, which is so what are we gonna play? I was gonna play like Brig. I was just gonna do Anna Brig or oh no, not Anna Brig, but like even greedy like a Zen Brig or a Juno Brig or something.
Maybe it'll be a Zen angle. Yeah, Bap Zen. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, Diva's banned, so the biggest Bap Zen counter is kind of out.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad, right? It's actually not that bad.
It's pretty decent. Yeah, it's a pretty decent effort because this sort of comp would normally die to like because you'd be scared of Diva and normally you'd also be scared of Winston and Bull. But maybe with Zeta Division, you're not really scared of Bernard, Winston, Bernard, Bull. Exactly. Yeah. These heroes are sort of banned out of spawn. I guess you could go Hazard as well, right?
Welcome back to the Parasocial Friends Club, Spooky. I reckon you haven't been subbed for like 5 years. Thank you very much.
You said that with such... There was actually like warmth in your heart when you said got that one.
Yeah, well, this is an old viewer, right? Like, this is a viewer, I reckon I click their name and I reckon they've been following. They're not even following me, actually. Okay, that's clutch. There's no information when I click their name. Like, nah, I mean, their chat messages will go back decades, for sure. I don't know why when I click their name there's no information at all, even though they're subbed.
I'm buffering, so you're in charge.
Since 2018. 2018!
Oh my god.
That's old head. That's seriously old head. Thank you. Thanks for the Valentine's Prime sub. Alright, Kivis on the Baptiste instantly kills Toilet. Xavier's buffering, which means that Xavier also needs to refresh in order to get back in sync with me, otherwise he will be behind. Fortunately, he knows his stuff. Bunch of swaps coming out from ZETA Division though. Pelican over to the Torb. Piss off. I'm gonna go get a drink of water.
Alright, I remember somebody saying to me a long time ago, once upon a time, on the Hangzhou Spark, maybe it was, Bernard did play a little bit of Bull, so we'll see if he's still got it. Bernard has sometimes surprised us with his hero pool, maybe his ability on Doomfist, but now he's set up massively far behind right now, looking for maybe a chance to boop in. Ruler or just set up on the backline right now. But they're on Venture Sim here, so a little bit harder to connect on these dives. Right now, MTD is just marking that one. Still in control of everything for now, New Era. That ball is coming in behind. Discord will clear Bernard out thoroughly, actually. They're still trying to inch for payload forward when this all goes on Zeta Division, but no real proper engages yet as MCD goes for an aggressive swing, but now they try and respond here. Lucio Sim looking for it. They actually punish MCD for that aggressive 5-orb right now. Flora will try keep marking this angle. TP in aggressively as well. Starts to fry Ruler. Now he's charged up a little bit. Now just throwing these right clicks out, trying to catch Kivi's. Lamp has been used. They have lost Violet on their way in here, but Pelican is able to trade that one right back, and Kivis is in big trouble behind the rock here. Slam comes through. Ruler is stuck in. Goes for the Flux. Commits for Flux here. Lots of damage, but they are pocketed through it, and Ruler will be taken down afterwards. And Zeta Division, they have the solution.
Apparently the solution was burner ball all along, same as it ever was. MCD goes down, you crack a can. I hope that's an alcoholic beverage. I feel like it's the only way to get through a map of burner playing Wrecking Ball. Not to suggest that you would be drinking alcohol as a sponsored streamer of Blizzard or whatever this is. 2 codes a day basically locks you in for life with their terms and conditions, is my understanding. Or maybe 2 codes a week. This is an expensive code, so you know, the 2 a week is probably the bar. Anyhow, Burner on the Wrecking Ball. He's got position up on the high ground. We're probably going to see Archie try and take some high ground positioning with Ruler. There we go. The TP comes up top. Everybody steps up to the plate. Double support ultimate online for Zeta Division though. They are playing for cart right now, but they are probably in a comp that needs to dive a little bit. They're on Lucio Kiri, right? So if you try and play slow versus the Baps N, bad things will come for you. That being said, New Era have made no effort whatsoever to contest the cart, instead playing for their best positions here. Symbol comes up from Archie, and I feel as if Zeta can just wait this one out comfortably.
Yeah, what's quite interesting here is it feels like actually Zeta are playing with Flora and Violet mostly as like the cart force bit of here, just trying to bully that Sigma back. Pelican's now got a great angle. Window will come out. Great response there. Kivy shuts him down. But again, the trades keep going back and forth. They're trying to stabilize on the high ground right now, but again, danger keeps coming up these stairs. Dodo's going to have to drop down, but with no source of healing now, he'll get forced off. And now in his sim, they can just go kill the Sigma at the end right now. A New Era, they're trying to contest space. They're trying to hold these angles. But Flora's putting pressure in main, and then Pelican, Bernard, they're just combining on any of these angles New Era try and hold, and now it's going to be a very tough retake, even with Transcendence for New Era.
Yeah, New Era, I feel like nothing is going their way. They're not even going to get the touch. They're not even going to go for it. That's one fight on second point. MCD goes down. I'm not sure if Kivi's missed the lamp, if MCD was booped out of the lamp or something of the sort, but going down to that dive while the symbol was up, New Era, it just felt like all of their ults were a complete miss, and the only ult that we really wanted to see was actually that Transcendence, which never came out. Ruler's got the second Gravitic Flux of the round now, but Zeta, because Dodo was going back and forth, I mean, Dodo's been told the whole time, right? I'm surprised that Division are actually swapping Burner over to the Hazard, but I suppose, you know, Torb, Zen, be damned, Burner just doesn't want to play Wrecking Ball in third point, so I guess I'll have to allow it. But I do feel like New Era's comp now, backs to the walls, limited angles, a little bit better. That being said, Ruler's just going to go down pre-flight, walled off by the symbol, split from his healers, Kibby's goes down to nothing at all. The car just keeps on rolling. Zeta Division, they're stomping. He flux jacks there too.
Yeah, he did,
Again.
yeah. He tried to use it to get out of danger of that push, but in the end, Zeta Division get that entire fight just for the price of a sim wall. Now double support ult to use on his third point right now. New Era, they need a miracle. They need some kind of 5-all pick into Ajax, into everything. Bernard has walled the choke right now. It's a really hard touch. Ruler is just stuffed in there, and they go for it, but Tectonic Shock on point, beat on point to make sure nothing goes wrong. And massive time bank for Zeta Division.
We're entering a new era of dog shit, I'm told. And I mean, the eye test, it checks. Dodo doesn't deserve this. I mean, like, think about map 1. Think about how they looked on map 1 with MCD on the Ana. And this is where it turns up. This is where it winds up.
Is it not just such a truth of Overwatch, where, like, the cough is always close, no matter what? And it has no indication of the actual closest of the two teams across the series.
Until you know how to deal with a dry cough, it's the worst kind of cough, bro. It's the worst kind of cough, bro. I had a dry cough for months, and my solution wasn't very helpful. I just had a bunch of negative thoughts that probably get you institutionalized until it went away. My Speak for Hydron has been banned? That's crazy. All they had to do was repeatedly threaten to kill me in chat, and they did get banned. That's actually that easy.
Yeah, this is the first game as well, as I said.
물론 이미 충분히 강팀이긴 하지만 제타 디비전은. 그쵸. 이제 근데 이제 그 대권으로 올라가는. 그렇죠. 한 걸음 더 올라가서 우승 트로피를 이제 그
MCD's performance on Lijiang was only due to the rage buff he gets from playing on Chinese.
Actually, I mean, it kind of does actually explain everything, so okay, makes sense.
You think the Falcon win tomorrow, Unter? No, bro.
Not at the Overwatch, at least. Maybe there's another match on in another game they have a better chance in. Alright. Alright, so Zarya is the choice of comp from New Era, so expect a lot of these bubbles to go Dodo's way, and they're going to try and have Dodo carry. Zeta Division playing a quite greedy version. Hanzo, Alari, Baptiste. In theory, lots of good targets for Dodo to get himself onto here with these bubbles. So, a pretty simple matchup. They're going to keep sending in Dodo, and we're going to see how much value Dodo can get with these bubble turns.
I mean, Dodo was good for a map on Kings Row versus Falcons. It was an absolute dogfight scrap. But let's see if he can do it here again. Throw a couple of bubbles on the man, see if he can make it happen. Versus the Bapalari, really, there's a lot of opportunity for him to close the gap. Bapalari, Hanzo, no less, so many targets that he can actually get on. Get a little bit of pocket from Ruler, maybe make something happen. Archie actually just going to swing wide on the right-hand side. Get that pre-fight pick onto Flora. Now we've got Finn, no lamp up on the high ground. Next bubble turn is going to be deadly. We see everyone from New Era collapsing on the high ground right now. Dodo gets traded, actually. Violet is on the run, but it's just going to be one kill. Burner's not blocking the cart right now. It's going to be a late death for him. He is blocking the cart kind of on and off. Pelicans traded Archie in the back as well. This is not great. Oh, Flora's trading MCP!
Oh my god, Flora's still alive on the high ground. We're actually struggling a lot with this venture, and now Ruler does have the energy to bully these matchups out so they can keep payload moving, but Pelican's going to get away with his life right now. And they're coming back with a window here, Zeta Division. Dodo's looking for this late kill, trying to trade it out. But again, bubble used defensively. MCD has this Kitsune rush, but they're all still on the floor, New Era. They need to do something about this high ground right now. Because Zeta Division, they're regaining their good position for free. Oh my god, and Flora's just going to pick Dodo out of nothing as well. Now they're going to try and challenge it, but a headshot already onto Archie, forced off for high ground. Kitsune Rush comes out on point, but Flora's just got this angle for absolute free. Window on the other side means they can't use his Kitsune Rush fully either. Very difficult situation. Ruler has the grab to try and turn it, but it's a Captive Sun to keep pushing. Gets sent in there, Rock onto them as well. Now too low to use the grab, surely is Ruler. One more bubble, but it's not enough. And they will be fully reset there. And I feel like that's a I need to stop saying massive. I feel like it's a huge chance gone begging there for New Era by not getting more of a presence on the high ground for Zeta's retake. Has Max died? I think Max might have died. I can keep going though. So now Zeta Division in control positionally, back in the same setup they started, holding this first point with. But lots of ults coming for New Era. Ray, Blade, Grav. It's going to be a Blade to kick us all off on this one right now. Just forcing the lamp out immediately. He's gone quite deep with that. They picked off Violet while this has all gone on. Now the Ray is coming out. Flux on top of that. Well, attempted Flux Dragon, but it doesn't look like I found a whole lot of anything. And now Bernard is going to try and slow it down again. Rock onto point, but Archie just keeps getting picks. Pelican's trying to fight him for the high ground, but full pocket comes through here. Pelican can find one and get to the mini. So maybe a chance for Zeta Division back into this one. Pelican's looking for more. 3 seconds until he can dash onto that high ground, but a long distance now. He's going to have to go for the Mega, maybe regroup on point. Bernard is 1 HP during all of this, and Pelican just can't find the value quickly enough, can't get his cooldowns back in time, and it will be a first point for New Era. This guy's never coming to work. Grav wasn't actually used by New Era in all of that, so still a lot of powerful ults available here. Zeta Division for Tectonic Shock, Window. These are kind of, you know, opportunistic ults, can maybe get you a kill if you find the right setup, but really hard to make, like, substantial fight plans around. New Era, on the other hand, an Overclock to take a lot of space, then a Grav to finish the job, seems more than reasonable. It's a hazard swap from Bernard now, and he's, well, going to be back to his old tricks. Catches Dodo with the wall on that one, and now they are stuffed here at the choke. Tectonic Shock will force New Era to just step back. Honestly, probably a bit of a waste from Pelican, really, after they got that one shot. Don't get any more after this Tectonic Shock, but they get control of the choke. They stabilize here. You can see Flora will just be sending arrows down these corridors, making it really tricky for Roots to make any real progress here. If they try and push out with this Kitsune Rush or anything like that, it could be dangerous. Archie's looking for a flank overclock right now. Pops it. Violet's going to respond with a Captive Sun, so Nat's going to send Archie back. It is on him, and Burner is behind him, so that is going to be 100% triggered there for Archie, and a kill. Kitsune Rush was used on point during all of this. Ruda still has the grab, but needs an opportunity to use it. Dodo's through on the left right now, but all about his grab timing for Ruler. He's had it for a while right now. He's just going to solo grab Pelican. Lamp is late from Finn, so no Lamp as well if they want to go with a bubble turn onto Dodo. You see Archie's about to swing through this left-hand side, so Finn has to be careful because there's going to be a Sojourn on his left in a second. There we go. Disruptor shot forcing Finn out of position, and Dodo catches Flora. Wow, Finn is distracted, playing his own life. Dodo is all over him now as well. Will get taken down, and slowly but surely, that solo grab onto Pelican has allowed them to crack this open, get more space for Dodo, get a nice flank for Archie, and New Era have opened the doors onto second point.
The doors are open, and honestly, this snowball fight, it really could go New Era's way as well. You can see the Ruler is playing very aggressively, stuffing the choke a little bit, trying to get some charge up, trying to see if he can find an opening pick, thanks to the 20 biddies, Viper Zombie Lord. We do have Pelican flanking down on the low ground, though. That means the touch is going to be no problem whatsoever. So many eyes for New Era are up on this high ground, but it's only Bernard on it right now. Blade comes out from Dodo, but he's actually only secured 1, maybe 2. Looks like Pelican might have delivered himself into that choke as well. 1 player advantage right now, and a big health advantage as well for New Era. If they can hold on to this Ray, oh, they cannot hold on to the Ray. Oh my god, not only do they not hold on to the Ray, they nearly give it away too, so maybe it was alright that they used that in the end, trading it out for the Dragon. Still, I think it would have been lovely if they could have held on to that. Unfortunately, they couldn't, and yeah, I miss that Unter guy, you know? Can't wait for him to come back to the stream.
He's one of the good ones, I hear. Now, a little bit low on some of the ultimates, but not low on opening picks here as Violet. Can't resist a duel, can he? But Archie comes out on top of that one. Now wall onto him, forces for slide back. Bubble onto Dodo, but it's just backwards now for New Era. Keeping that payload moving, don't want to commit too far forward for a fight. They're going to have the Kitsune Rush and this Overclock to go with soon. Just have to try and avoid the downpour, avoid the Tectonic Shock. Pelican has been pretty willing to just invest these at the earliest opportunity right now as a dive does come into Archie, forces him back. Pelican's pressuring for right-hand side as well. New Era managing both threats for now. They're going to turn onto Pelican a little bit, but here's the Tectonic Shock available, and they've lost Kivvies actually. Now Kitsune Rush comes out from MCD. They want to turn the fight right now, but they have to be careful. Tectonic Shock could be coming behind them, but MCD's used for Kitsune Rush to deal with that threat. Now they can start bullying back Bernard. Once the bubble's out, maybe a chance for the downpour now. Has to factor in the Suzu, has to factor in the deflect. Look through it. Bubble is available though. Did he catch anyone of a high ground? Even if he did, I think he did get MCD, but can't follow up that damage. And that would just be a wasted ult for him. New Era still pressing forward. Overclock ready to go.
Oh, comes out from Archie. You might have to refresh again. It appears I am a little bit ahead somehow. Burner, half HP. The clock was pulled by Archie, but no kills secured. Burner's quite low in the back. Can they catch him before he picks up the Mega? No, they cannot. He rolls himself in, though, which means that now he's definitely going to get caught out. He cannot survive. And nobody from Zeta Division has collapsed in as well. Ruler's taking a hell of a lot of damage up in main. He has that grab. Will he pop it? No, he will just go down. The Captive Sun takes him down. Dodo dashes in looking for the kill onto Violet, but he will not find it. Things good with the lamp. The discipline is there. There's a Ray and a Blade coming up. 34 seconds left on the clock, but no, Kivvis falls. No Ray Blade now. We're going to have to play for last.
Yeah, Pelican will get the remainder of the cleanup kills here. No late trades, easy for Pelican in the end. And now all on this Grav Blade situation right now for New Era. Now ZETA Division, they don't really have any defensive ults with their comp. They can maybe bob for a bit of space, maybe think and try and stay out of a Grav and window defensively, but they're just pushing. Tectonic Shock is actually a big lineup there. First one does a lot of damage, now the Grav comes out, but they turn the damage onto Ruler. Bob and Tectonic Shock just one-shot Ruler as he tries to follow up with the Grav. And even though the Grav got the value, Dodo is 23 HP behind, can't even get the blade off. And ZETA Division, they knew it was going to be a tough fight against that Grav, so choose to be very aggressive both DPS ults and New Era. You could just tell they weren't ready for that at all. Eat him?
Yeah, mate. Oh, I'm so fucking hungry, dude. I had a bowl of slop like many hours ago, but this is it. This is it. I'm so hungry.
기억에 남을 것 같네요. 네.
Alright.
God.
I might try and hit.
Polish wife, dude.
No side of her since yesterday?
No, she never came back.
Oh.
I actually scared her off with my blatant
근무 리뷰거든요. 그렇습니다. 자, 그리고 이번 경기 POT의
word.
베르나르입니다. 딱 그 보시자마자 아 우리 탱커 최고다. 네. 꽃길만
ZETA is good for not dropping him up.
이렇게
Sadly
느낄 것
so.
같습니다. 그렇습니다.
There's a man that wants to farm you for ads. No eating for Unter. Thanks for 20 bits, Vipers on below.
들어가야 되는 타이밍이던 받아내야 하는 타이밍이던 공수 양면으로
I'm living a meal to meal.
베르나르였어요. 오늘 탱커 플레이도 되게
Tip to mouth.
다양했고요. 제 생각에는 이 다음에 나오는 하이라이트 화면에
Who's playing next?
FTG versus Vesta. So it might be another one of those.
It's one of those. It's just one of those.
It's one of those. Ori Nice says, why doesn't Bernard just mirror the Sig? It's a reasonable enough question. I think he's good enough at a Sigma. But I think Sigma on attack versus Sigma on defense on that Route 66 first point are dramatically different levels of difficulty, you know? Like, on the attack, going that low ground to high ground, trying to clear the space, I think is really, really difficult for the most part. Unless your name is, of course, Peppy and you're only playing someone like Hambin. But for the most part, I think if you can find an alternate solution to deal with that high ground, it's often better than the Sigma.
Peppy behind in Paragon. It's a real God versus chump situation, you know?
Yeah. A classic, you know, David v Goliath, bread versus fish.
Bread versus fish. I think I heard that in the Bible somewhere.
Yeah, I want to say 4th page.
상당히 신선했습니다. 이제는 시간이 많이 지났죠, 오버워치 2도. 네. 그러다 보니까 뭐 메인 탱 서브 탱을 구분하는 게 의미가 없지 않느냐라는 얘기들이 나오고 있는데 진짜로 그런 부분에서
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink.
베르나르 선수예요. 자, 그렇습니다. 그 베르나르 선수와 인터뷰 준비 완료되어 있습니다. 이순환 아나운서님 나와주세요.
Understood.
네, 오늘의 첫 번째 경기 제타 디비전이 3대 0으로 깔끔하게 승리했습니다. 승리 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
네, 오늘 승리 축하드립니다. 자, 오늘 POTM은 베르나르 선수가
This guy can't subscribe because he's Russian. And he gets the ads anyway.
완벽한 승리로 마무리를 지었어요.
The guy literally can't avoid the ads. Just a victim.
일단은 3대 0으로 좀 깔끔하게 이긴 것 같아서 좋고요. 근데 좀 저희가 잘 못했던 것도 많았던 것 같아서
Anyone got any
이긴 거
slop
좋긴
suggestions?
하지만 조금 보완해야 될 점들은 다 보완을 해서 다음 경기 준비할 것 같습니다.
아직도 보완할 점들이 많이 남은 것 같다라고 좀 들어볼 수 있겠는데 오늘 그런데도 불구하고 정말 완벽한
Did New Era get 3-0'd yet? Literally just happened.
안정감이 느껴지는 제타 디비전의 플레이들이
Couldn't have timed that question better.
그러면서 4위가 이제 확정되게 됐어요. 4위
What are you eating on T1T? Slop.
4위는 사실 그렇게 뭐 특별한 뭐 감정이 있진 않고요. 저희는 이제 만년 3등이라는 이미지가 있기 때문에 이제 아무래도 1등은 지금 어려우니까 2등을 노리지 않을까 생각합니다.
그렇다면 이제 3위 굴레에서 벗어나야 하잖아요. 제가 동기부여를 드리도록 할게요.
Class.
4위에서
Oh shit, Orange Slayer just gifted a sub to the Russian guy.
하겠습니다.
Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club, Mr. Russia. Enjoy the absence.
네.
Can we play marbles? Say less, bro. Say less.
뭐가 좋을까요?
Exclamation mark play in the chat to play the marbles.
뭐가 있죠?
Vipers on the Lord, 15 biddies.
제가요? 아니면
Also, may you be my Valentine's? I know I'm a
저희
day
팀 노래
late, but the
잘하는
office
선수들이
ends.
많거든요.
그러니까요. 제
happening.
대기실에서
The only Valentine's I
이렇게
managed to fit in
들려가지고
is a
깜짝
Polish woman that got
놀랐거든요.
away.
아니면 옆에서 탬버린 같은 거 하셔도 돼요.
Hit my line if you're her though.
그런 거라도 어떻게 한번 뭐 다른 선수들의 동의를 구하진 않았지만 한번 추진해 보겠습니다.
추진하겠습니다라고 들었습니다. 자, 오늘 POTM 베르나르 선수인데요. 결정적인 한 방, 바로 오리사
59
3인공과
seconds to get in the marbles race. Everything to
제가
play for
인게임
right now.
캠을 보는데 정말 한방 웃음을 지으시더라고요. 얼마나 신나셨나요?
아니, 사실 저는 별 생각이 없었거든요.
네.
근데 이제 핀 선수가 갑자기 막 Y 영어는 POTM이다. 뭐 POTM 하려고 뭐 3인공 했다. 얘가 이런 식으로 얘기해가지고
Thrifty, good advice.
웃겨가지고 그냥 웃었던 것
POTM
같습니다.
행동했다.
아, 네, 그런 느낌.
네, 그렇습니다.
I
자,
have like
오늘
a 10th
베르나르
Polish close
선수
enough.
정말 열일했다라고
You
할
say
수
so.
있는 게 오리사, 라마트라, 퀸, 디바, 해저드, 시그마, 레킹볼까지 했거든요. 자, 이 영웅들 모두 완벽하게 소화했는데 레킹볼을 본 게 저는 좀 감회가 새롭더라고요. 거의 처음 꺼낸 거 아닐까요?
네, 처음 꺼내기도 했고 그냥 한번 해볼까라는
Kill
생각이 이제
for a
경기
bit
시작
tonight,
전에
dude.
있었는데
Kill for a bit
그
tonight.
상대 조합이 좀 레킹볼 하기 좋은 조합이어서 그냥 애들끼리 이제 이거 그냥 볼 한번 해보자 해가지고 그냥 했던 것
That
같아요.
I'm abstaining.
후기 한번 들어볼 수 있을까요?
사실 뭐 제가 뭐 한 건 없는 것 같고 그냥 굴러다녔는데
Why am I not
이기더라고요 저희
panicking?
팀이.
Homosexual will be fine.
하지만
뭐-
재밌었다.
네, 뭐
He's a big
팀한테
boy.
고맙습니다.
You know what I mean?
네, 자 이렇게 겸손한 베르나르 선수입니다. 자 앞으로 이제
Oh,
더
first
나아갈
time
일만
play
남았는데요.
Komigumi, but I
이번
think you
시즌에
missed him.
대한 좀 각오도
I'm so sorry for your
팬분들께
loss.
한번 해주시겠어요?
이번 시즌 뭐 저희가 늘 얘기하는
You'll be pleased to know this is the love of the game round.
좋지만은
So
일단
No,
메이저
don't fret.
대회를 꼭 나가고 싶고요. 국제전에
the rounds
나가서
where I give away the
항상 저희가 좀
skins,
아쉽게
those come later.
떨어졌었거든요.
So,
국제전에 꼭
this is the
나가서
love of the
좀
game round. You've missed
증명하고
nothing.
싶다. 저희도 이제
Do you
국제전에
think the Saudi
잘할 수
government got
있다는
them? Probably
팀이라는
not.
거. 네, 그런 좀 당연히 3등 탈출도 당연한 거고 국제전에 꼭 나가서 좋은 성적 내고
I'd give you
싶습니다.
money through ads, but they don't show up
국제전에서
on me.
뛸 제타 디비전
Ah, well, you can give me money through
응원해
subs
보도록
instead, man.
하겠습니다. 자 그리고 오늘
Where there's a
팬분들
will.
엄청 많이 와주셨어요. 그리고 또 한 분은 베르나르 오늘 지면 나랑 진짜 결혼이라고. 결혼을 하고 싶지 않으신 건지 아니면 결혼을 하고 싶은 건지 좀 궁금하거든요. 자 팬분들께 좀 한마디 부탁드려요.
No, I don't watch the PG videos.
제가
Like,
사실 비혼주의자라서
I never pay attention when those are on.
뭐 아쉽게 됐습니다. 이겨버려가지고. 네.
결혼 말고 알콩달콩 연애로 그러면
No, it has to be Overwatch related.
가보도록
I have to
하겠습니다.
like be interested
자
in
오늘
it.
이렇게
You know?
많은 팬분들도
I don't really
찾아주신
care
첫
about
번째
Smash
경기
Royale or anything
정말
like
재밌는
Um,
꿀잼 경기로 마무리가
there was no
됐는데요.
Unter Vol
첫 번째
command,
경기
actually.
승리팀 제타 디비전의
How
베르나르
many Turkish lira
선수까지
subs you
인터뷰
got today?
마무리하도록
I was actually quite pleased to
하겠습니다.
discover that
다음
those subs were
경기로
not in
돌아올게요.
Turkish lira, but in a
FPG와
real
VC가
strong
기다리고
currency.
있습니다.
So probably just from like a stolen credit card or something. I go get water and you do marbles? Don't worry about it. You didn't miss a real marbles round. This is just for a love of the game round. Look at little Sparker, dude, with his sick profile picture. Little Sparky, yeah, this is just love of the game round, mate. Don't fret. Thrifty, thank you for the 100 biddies. Liquid's finest, 12-minute video. Fuck yes, dude, thank you.
I'm back.
Yeah. Welcome back. In honor of you getting back, I'm gonna deafen and watch a YouTube video.
Oh, crack on.
Cracking.
Oh, look at this. I had it open this from a box of merch I got from SSG, but it's actually long sleeve. Long sleeve tops go so far right now in the cold weather, so I'm actually really pleased. I thought it was just another t-shirt, but it's a long sleeve top. I'm quite happy with it. That's upside down, but I don't have the dexterity to twist my arm the other way. Alright, so probably looking at another slam dunk fixture coming up next as we heat up for the big deciding game at the end of the day. I want to buy the SSG merch with a shipping piss take because it's yeah, they're American based, so it'll be UK shipping. I'd like the cost to ship it to the UK. Was Roberto Ball any good or just take him a piss? I mean, I think it was like a reasonable swap given the situation. I think we've seen teams struggle with like Sigma, Zarya attacks on Route 66. So I don't think it was an awful like attempt, but I do feel like it's a situation where maybe it's the sort of hero that say Division only want to use when they think they're getting like a good counter matchup, like into Bap Zen feels like pretty exploitable by Bull. But I don't know if like, they're not going to go to New Queen Street, right, and just mirror jumping on Bull or mirror donk hack on Bull or something. I don't think they're going to be keen for that at all. Good point, Iron. Iron? Oren. Fuck. Fuck. Seems like a lack of sleep is somehow detrimental to my ability to savor words.